Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm adding my friends here. Okay. Here we go. Inviting Sean, inviting Isabella. Okay, let's see. I've been put in charge of the adding of the. Oh, okay, Isabella. And where are you, Sean? Hi, Isabella. I'm trying to accept you in. How do I do this? Okay. Accept. Hello, everyone. Let me try and accept. I don't think Sean's here yet. Let me see if I can invite you, Isabella, if you accept me, and then I'll do Sean.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, beautiful. Hello.
Hi.
Hi,
Okay.
everybody.
Hello. I'm still waiting for Sean.
What the hell, Sean?
I
Sean.
know.
Watching you try to figure this out has made my day. It is the cutest thing.
Truly just was concerned for the people. I was not the Sean. I'm trying to accept Sean in. Not working. I'm gonna invite him one more. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know between inviting
Hi.
and all. Oh.
I was so confused. This is so confusing. Hello there.
Hello.
Hi, my love.
Okay, people are still coming in, but I guess
Yeah.
starts.
Got a full house tonight.
Mm.
So fun.
I'm Kaitlyn Dever. I'm Rosalind in the film Rosalind. And I'm here with the amazing Isabela Merced and Sean Teal, who are also in the movie. We're answering some questions for this going here. Let's get started. Okay, so the first question is, can you share one of your favorite memories from filming or behind the scenes that fans may not know yet?
And is he gone? Did he just leave?
Sean? Did he actually freeze?
I don't know. I don't see him anymore. Where's his beautiful face?
Really thinking about.
I said, nope, too hard of a question. I'm gone.
Gone. He's left us.
This
Okay,
whole
we'll
thing.
on think.
Yeah. My favorite. Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Okay, so you share one of your favorite memories from filming or behind the scenes that fans may not know yet.
Oh, one of my favorite memories was when we all went to one of the restaurants in Viterbo, and we had like a Thanksgiving style dinner. Honestly, we had that a lot, but this one in particular was fun because we were all together, and it was right before some people were leaving. And it was just like a wonderful experience. We got so many good videos and pictures from that night. I'd be so excited to share them at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That was an amazing night. I remember that night, and then when we were also in the, that was
that was a lot of fun.
Said we had a lot of those nights together with the whole cast, and Bradley came out with us, and Chris. It was a lot of fun.
There was really no age limit to our gatherings. Like, we had literally everyone come through, and we all got along so well. And Bradley was like one of the kids.
I know. Bradley was in with us every day. Was honestly our set like DJ, I'd say.
Yes.
He was
I don't know what's going on with my phone, but I think it's working. Hello?
Hello?
he's still frozen. what do I do? Should I like, how do I don't know.
I see Sean crystal clear. I see every pore on his face. I don't know if it's
Every
just
every strangly long hair that I haven't cut yet.
Okay, well, it's still
Oh, fun
for me,
memories.
frozen, but I let that, I don't know if
That
it's
wine tasting ended up pretty wild. That wine tasting
oh,
ended up
that
in a lot of
that
dancing.
wine.
That wine
I'm
tasting was great.
dead.
That wine tasting was like it started with us like having the good intention of learning more about tannins, and like, oh, what side of the slope was this wine growing on? This soil is different to that, and then it just descended to like
A dance
aggressive
party.
TikTok dancing. Yeah, in the cellar of this old monastery. That was fun. That was a really good one.
Oh,
Mitchell Travers is here. He just said hello. Mitchell Travers made all of our costumes, Rosalind. So,
I also saw Spencer Stevenson somewhere. So hello, baby. Nice to see you as well.
um,
Hello.
Spencer.
but- so this one I don't really know about. Did anyone pull pranks on set?
Bradley
And I,
Whitford would make sure that anytime I walked into a room, his leg was like on the ceiling. Because you know how he has like Brad Whitford has hyperextended hips, so he can
yeah,
just like do whatever he wants. And everywhere I walked in, his toes would be like touching the top of the window, and just like looking out at nothing silently. Super weird, super hot, but super weird. Um, I don't know how many pranks there were.
I maybe like Nico probably did something at some point along the way. He was always laugh,
Hmm.
goes the best. I guess Bradley was. I don't know if Chris, but maybe Chris. I think also their like character and dialogue really difficult.
I think also like some jobs that's the vibe on set is to like to prank each other. Do you know what I mean? And actually, I think on this job it was just so much fun. Everyone was so funny all the time, and because it was all really farcical, that was more the
Right.
line of that was more the line of discourse that we had, was just like a bunch of people being completely ridiculous in the Italian countryside, as opposed to like, how am I going to spice it up today? I'm going to make someone sit on a whoopee cushion or something. Like we didn't really, do you know what I mean? It wasn't that sort of, but I just remember laughing the whole time. The whole time. That was so much fun.
Yeah. Um. Okay. So next question. But whose idea was that?
Sorry.
Whose idea was it to make the TikTok video?
Oh, me.
It,
Not
I
just
I'm
so not my
dead.
idea. Although I feel like you taught me the dance, and like I was really kind of like advocating for like the TikTok to be like, you definitely made the dance happen and taught me the dance. It took me about 2 weeks to like get it down, and then I finally.
Was it 2 weeks? I thought you just picked it up there. You were just like, eh. No, it took 2 weeks.
It took
We
me a
were, yeah, and then the thing about that dance is that you can do it to really any song ever. Like you could do it to Mozart, and it would work because it's so versatile. But yeah, I remember I saw you singing. What were you rapping? You were always rapping Nicki Minaj, and also
You were
you had like a TikTok that you had learned with Maddie or something to a rap song, and I was like, oh, this is great because now we can dress up in our dresses
yeah.
and basically just anachronistically do a TikTok dance in those historically accurate dresses.
Right. And now I know two TikTok things. No, the
You
one.
did used to sing before I started doing scenes with you. You used to sing. What was it? It was the most
Oh,
annoying
no,
song.
let's not, because then it'll be in my head.
Okay, I won't. But you really, that actually was like actually a wind up, and it stayed in our heads the whole time.
What was it?
It wasn't, for some reason, I want to say it was the thong song, but it wasn't thong 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 thong. It wasn't. But for some reason, I'm thinking that it was. It was something in the vein of that. Was it like Shaggy? It wasn't me. I don't know. Something hilarious.
I don't know. I definitely got.
I also feel like you were working so much all the time that that could have just been a complete blur for you.
No, on not a blur. Well, um, what's some?
I can't hear you.
I heard none of that.
Whoa. Okay. What is something? I'm. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, this is a nice question. What's something valuable you learned from filming Rosalind?
Valuable you learn from filming
Oh, we
Rosalind.
all went very quiet there, like none of us learned anything. We did. I
Well,
was just waiting for you guys to start if you wanted to.
I, I mean, I think like when we made our movie, we had a very quick shoot for what we ended up like having in the movie. It's like had full and packed days, and like you're on a tight schedule and shooting, you know, these scenes with a bunch of actors. It's a lot, but I think that like ultimately at the end of the day, Karen, our director, who like created this like really great family oriented vibe on set, it made it,
Mm.
you know, that really, really does show through, I think, in the film. Um, and I think it made me realize like how important that is, and how important your relationships are on set, and making sure that like you are having a good time, because that really makes a difference on the end result.
Yeah, I
I
took a
mean,
lot of good. Sorry, Isabel.
no, you're good. There's like a lag. So for me, there was a huge pause. So I was like, this is my chance. But I was just gonna say I learned a lot from you, Kaitlyn. Just watching you, and you're such a seasoned pro. Like you've had a career for most of your life. So I was like, okay, this is somebody I've admired, but then getting to see you actually do your thing was very, you know, a teachable experience.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to agree, and especially with you, Caitlin, and I say this like Isabel and Kyle haven't done an outrageous amount of unbelievably good work anyway, but like I took a lot from just actually being around. I mean, I'm obviously on the other side of the world to you guys a lot, so although I've come and shot in the States a lot, we kind of our worlds, our acting worlds really are different. We're not surrounded by the same scenarios, especially with Los Angeles and London being incredibly different, and Kyle in New York back then. So, but I learned a lot about working in that genre too, because comedy isn't something that I've delved into too much. I think there's always been space for me to find funny moments in other things, but I tend to play really serious people that have a lot of like internal notions that they're battling against all the time, and it's really visceral and like really deep. And actually it was a lesson in just like letting it go and enjoying myself a bit more. Not, like it still mattered a lot, but it was a lot more weightless in the performance. There was a lot more space for fun and aloofness, and that was a different kind of, I suppose that was a different way to working than I normally do. um, and also, I learned like a lot historically, because Italy. I mean, shooting in Rome, you're gonna run out of time before you learn everything you can about that place. So,
Yeah.
thinking about medieval times and how ridiculous they were, being able to go around Italy and experience what's still standing there, that was great. So a lot of memories, a lot of good times, and a lot of professional skills I can move forwards with thanks to you.
I
Yeah.
still haven't learned the tongue click thing that you and Spencer did. I
Oh my,
still haven't mastered the
that's
loudness.
loud.
Oh my God, we played serious ping pong with that thing. I completely forgot. We did,
Yeah,
yeah.
you weaponized it is what you
Yeah,
did. And I don't know who won.
I'm not sure. Everyone lost, I think, was what happened. Oh man, it was so fun.
Um,
Yeah. What about you, Kaylin? Oh no, you already said what you learned. You don't.
yeah, but to speak on actually our next question had a lot to do with the last thing that you mentioned, Sean, which is what was your favorite thing to do or see around the city where we were
Yeah,
filming?
well, so we were quite fortunate to be so close to the Colosseum, and I think, I mean, there's a thousand things. There's a thousand villas and museums, but the Colosseum. I had a day with Kyle. Kyle and I didn't get to shoot at all together. We had one scene, and all I say is like, "Okay, buddy," and then he leaves, and that's all that happens. So I just like slap him on the chest and let him go and take my boat. And so we spent a lot of time outside of work hanging out, and I think we're both quite passionate about history, and so we would do these guided tours and just geek out basically. And Kyle is so smart that anything that I thought was relatively mundane, or not mundane, but something that I already knew, Kyle would find some unbelievable way, as he does, to like invert the thing and make you think completely differently about how fascinating the thing that is in front of you. You know, he's just got that brain that can do that. So, going around Rome, I mean, you were working all the time, and Isabel too. So whenever I got to go around Rome and learn a bit more about not just the Romans but the Etruscans before them, that was great. Really, I really cherished that. And then weirdly, because of Dario being by that lake, that was a special time to work next to. You know, remember we just sit there and eat like dinner in the sunset by the lake and just then go back to work. It was ridiculous. That place was so special, and it's Dario's favorite place. The place that he feels most at peace is by water, right? So it was really nice. I enjoyed that a lot.
I really loved. Oh, sorry, you were saying something.
You go, you go, you go.
Oh no, I just loved your friendship with Kyle. It was so cute, and I hope that if there's a sequel, you guys get more scenes together. Maybe you fall in love. I don't know, but
I would,
I
I would love that. Kyle is here now too. So we've seen something else.
is
So
Kyle there in the background? Is he
yeah,
hiding?
yeah, just he's behind this film. No, luckily I have Kyle here for another few weeks, so we're making the most of it. We miss you guys, but we're sticking together.
I just saw Kyle when I was in London.
Yes, you did. How was it?
It was the best. It's always the best.
Mm.
He's so fun.
So fun. I remember my was constant talking about birds, like going around birds, or what the line?
The scooters. Yes, we would ride the scooters
across Italy. Well,
he started on the scooters and then he upgraded to the bikes, and then I never saw him on foot. Like, he was always on a bike unless he was at work, then he was on foot. But
on the move.
Also, like, at one point,
No, go.
No, I mean, at one point this is so fun with the lag. It's like we're all interrupting each other. No, but he was we were in Rome, and we were walking around one night. We had gotten dinner, we just met, and we started walking around, and he was trying to like teach me about the city and the history, and he started saying something about a certain location, and then I added on to it, and we suddenly started just spewing lies about everything, like historically inaccurate lies. And so I said that he could give a tour for me. I would pay for this tour. Literally anybody would, just to hear his just rambunctious stories about a false Rome that never existed. And basically, we should just change the title of this live to Kyle Fan Club, because we love him so much.
Honestly, it just goes to show how great of an actor he is, that he was able to do that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, his audition tape for the movie was pretty out there. Didn't he make out with his hands for quite a while? He did some wild stuff. He just goes for it. Kyle will not do anything. Kyle is so diligent. He won't do anything without doing it to, you know, maximum effort, with maximum potential. He will not. He's an artist like that. He really cares about it, and has no ego that he can't make a fool out of himself. He was really happy that he gets to just really like fast around Italy all summer, so he has no problem in like doing the most ridiculous things to get the moment we need.
Right.
Once I found out about that tape, I was like, yeah, there we go.
But that is why he makes the most perfect romance. Um, this actually brings us to we're really like the things we're saying really lead us into this our next question here. Um,
Is it about Kyle? I hope it's about Kyle.
it's not about Kyle, but it is about, did you do anything special to prepare for your character before filming?
I did a horseback riding lesson while I was filming Father of the Bride.
Oh
They
my
said,
God.
and I fell off of the horse.
I
And
love, I'm not, I only love it because you did get hurt. And so that's all great. I'm so glad that you did not get hurt. But like, that was my biggest fear with the horseback training too, is like falling off. And you just like in this video, you just fall off and you get right back up. And honestly, it's really funny. But again, you did not get hurt.
yes, yeah, no, right. I think it would have been funny either way.
It was so casual the way you fell off that horse.
My mom was filming and she laughed at me. Like, I'm like, I could have broken my wrist or something. Her immediate instinct as a mother was to laugh at me. And I think, I don't know, I'm still not over it. I'm just, yeah, that was fun. That was fun. And then I quickly found out that I will no longer be riding a horse in the movie. And I'm like, okay, understood. Whatever.
So
Fine.
they gave you the rabbit instead? Is that what happened? Is that what the... It was like, give her the rabbit. Just give her the rabbit. That'll be fine. She won't fall off that. Be okay.
Sean?
Yep.
We did some horse riding together. I understand why you would be uncomfortable horse riding. You had to horse ride in the dresses. That stuff is a lot harder to ride in than anything because it gets pulled around a bit, right? And like it's heavy and hot. And...
Yes. I think I've done like horseback riding in my like growing up. I used to do like very casual horseback riding, but like nothing too crazy. I don't know. I think once I found my horse,
Yeah.
Sticky, his name was Stick.
Yeah.
Once I found my horse, I felt like, okay, this relationship is safe. And Stick and I really, were compatible. But there were other horses that I was like, oh, this is not gonna work for us.
No, I remember, and I was also like on your behalf was like, I don't like Kaitlyn can get along with anyone. I don't want that horse to hang out with Kaitlyn. The Kaitlyn like just really grumpy and like just didn't want to be there and sort of like kept on swishing flies away even though there weren't any flies. So I was like, let's hang out with a different horse.
Oh, so that horse had schizophrenia then, like.
Oh, it was
crazy.
a grumpy horse. That was a really grumpy one, right?
There was a horse that just wasn't. He's like, I
think he needed therapy. I think he wasn't supposed to be an actor. Maybe he was forced into it at a young age, and he just realized that he didn't love it anymore. I mean,
he wasn't given like a SAG contract. He was like given a day rate, and he didn't.
He was
like
getting
underpaid.
underpaid.
He was picking up about production and stuff.
I don't know if we want to mention that on 20th Centuries.
Sorry, no, they treat the animals very well. Everyone was contractually very taken care of. What did I do? I did
really well, including the humans.
Isabella,
Oh yeah, I have a question. If you guys had a horse, what would you name it?
Tricky. When I was younger and I was really nerdy, I remember watching Lord of the Rings and thinking that Shadowfax was the coolest name to name a horse ever. You know that white horse? It's the king of all horses that Gandalf rides.
That's so fire. I love that name.
It's
Shadowfax.
pretty silly, but yeah, Shadowfax. And it's actually a beautiful shot of the first time that Gandalf whistles for it, and this gorgeous white horse runs over in slow motion. I was just like, that's a horse if you ever want to ride one. So I'll go with Shadowfax. Why not?
Okay. I just recently tried haggis when I was in Scotland. And for some reason, I think it's really fun to name a pet haggis.
Haggis.
So if I ever have a horse, maybe I'll name him Haggis.
That's good. I like both of the names. And yours is actually very close to mine. I was going to say Horace the horse.
Oh, very close.
H-O-R-A-C-E.
And if they're from the same, Horace and Haggis. There you go.
Horace and Haggis. They could be friends.
Very sweet.
That's very sweet. Um,
So I
okay.
did, yeah, we did do the horse riding. What else was there? I guess the historical stuff really helped, right? Because you got to remember what it was like in the 1500s to. So a lot of that historical stuff, and then like I don't know, Kaitlyn, we were talking about this. I always end up bringing a new. I always bring a new book, and just start taking notes. You know, I always have a notebook per person, and sometimes I get to come back to it, which is really nice. But
Yeah.
you know, so you do all this stuff, you do the breakdowns and you do the script work, and then like the Uta Hagen's 9 questions, just to sort of sort myself out. I do all of that. But you had a soundtrack, didn't you? Which is sometimes really helpful. Sometimes some characters I just do require them, and sometimes I let something else connect me with them and not the music. But you did have a soundtrack for Rosalind, didn't you?
I did actually. I created a playlist. Um, and that was really helpful for my prep for Rosalind. Just like I had been, reading this script for a very long time, and it felt like it was so I had like a lot of time to think on it and prep and exactly what I wanted to do for this character. But she also felt like um, I feel like I have a lot of similarities with with her, and that I just really wanted to like focus on the comedy and make sure that like because the dialogue is so great on page, and the collaboration with Karen was always so incredible, and she kind of allowed for really everybody, I think, but she just allowed for like the space for people to like try things out and to feel for everything to feel organic, but we're still kind of sticking to the page. And um I just really wanted to just kind of go for it with this role. And I think that, and because of that, it was like one of the best things I've ever, I mean, like one of my favorite roles I've ever done, honestly. So it was a lot of fun. Um, I have some more questions. I'm trying to think because we are kind of getting close to the end here. So I'm trying to maybe pick a few.
Yeah, let's
Let's,
not answer the questions that are coming up here. People are asking what your favorite Vaseline is, so let's just do the stuff that I don't know
Yo, I'm
why,
sorry.
but let's
That
just
must
yeah.
are
be
there,
that must be my fans. I'm sorry, y'all. They get crazy up in here. Be like,
um,
what's your favorite toe? The big toe?
what was there? Okay, maybe we can do like, were there any scenes that you improvised? I'll kind of combine some questions. Any scenes that you improvised, or maybe a favorite scene to film? That's two questions
Our our
together, but
conversation about falling in love was on the first day. I think one of the first days we did something about Dario's opinion on love. Just after they've spent the whole night together, and he's telling her that you can find words. So I think that was a special day. Firstly, because it does look like the When Harry Met Sally poster, which was great. That was
it
very
does.
when it
It
really does it
does.
like that. But it's the pinnacle point of the movie for our two characters, and and there was the words have always been great, but there was a lot to change. We had a lot to figure out. You know, there's a lot to there's always moving parts, right? And so once we've realized, Kaitlyn and Karen had placed themselves in the places that they were, then it was like, okay, well, Dario needs to start shifting in places to align with that, right? And we need to strip back some things and lean more on others. And actually, Sean, that doesn't work, and some things I did do work. But that was a really satisfying day where, like, because it's romance too, right? And there was just an energy there that really made sense. And that was probably a really nice day for me on the basis that it set the tone for the rest of our fun. It was like we had the thing that normally you'd quite like to do later on in a movie, where you really have to just stop hearing any of the noise and come together and not be farcical at all. We did that kind of really early on, and then got to just wind each other up afterwards as if we just met. It was like a reverse thing, but I really liked. I just remember going home that day and going, okay, like, all right, okay, let's go do the rest now. As opposed to sometimes we'll go home from work and go, I could have figured that out differently. I could have shifted. So I kind of just went home and went, right, that's where we're going to be. Let's go for the rest now, which is nice.
That's really nice. That was a really good day. My favorite scene was probably the uh, the big like the ending scene with
Yeah.
all of us together. And that day, those 2 days that we shot that scene were, I think that was my favorite of the, because it was just so, having everybody in one space was just a lot, but like the
Mhm.
best kind of a lot, you know? Like we were all just goofing around and doing that scene over and over again. You would think that that would get tiresome and would get old after a while, but it just, like, everybody was really coming in like with their own kind of thing, and everybody came at, like, it was spot on every single time too, you know, after doing that kind of scene over and over. It's a long and dialogue heavy scene, and yet everybody was like really bringing it, and it was so much fun to, like, for me anyway, just to like see everybody, like see what everybody was doing. It was so much fun. And then Isabela was just mostly like, you got to sleep for a lot of it. um and then Kyle, everybody, I mean,
Kyle had to lie on top of you, but yeah, everyone was talking absolute jargon by the end of those days. It
yeah.
was just like the words that were coming out of it, the choices that people were making just to make somebody else laugh. Like we
I
really
know,
pushed
right?
the boat up. And like the noise, Montague and Capulet coming up with whatever they were going to do with your dead bodies was just outrageous.
Oh
And
geez.
and
Yeah.
and Kyle trying his best to put me off as much as possible by making me mimic the worst possible sound he could make me do. Do you know what I mean? He would get even crazier and crazier with the noises that
No,
he would make, and all I would have to do is mimic it because I have to mimic him. So he really,
Right.
yeah, he played a lot that day too. And one of our favorite jokes that didn't make it in was Registered Janet from Bradley Whitford.
Oh yeah, that's something the fans don't know about. Registered Janet. um yeah, if you watch the movie and listen to Chris and Bradley and the back and forth dialogue when they are deciding what they're going to do is truly my one of my favorite, honestly, one of my, as a, when I'm watching the movie, it's one of my favorite parts.
Mm.
It's just because there's another scene going on, but you can hear everything they're saying, and it's crazy. um
If we could do another one, if for some reason we got to do like a oh, what is it? An American Horror Story thing where the cast stays the same, but everyone starts flipping roles, and we do another Shakespeare play. Which one would you do? Wouldn't that be cool? If you start inverting the roles, so like me and Kyle have to swap, and he has to be serious, and I have to be goofy, and you know what I mean? And everyone starts doing different things. Which one would you choose? If we could do another one.
oh, like,
um,
which which
I
which
yeah,
Shakespeare?
I gotta. I'm at the doctor,
Yes,
so
this is
I
supposed to be wrapping up, so
I
that's,
would,
I didn't want to,
yeah,
Sean,
you're
I'm
good. I I would like to answer though before I go.
yeah,
I would probably, in this specific movie, the other role I would want to play is probably Nico's role, Steve the Courier.
I was
I would
gonna
like to play Steve the Courier.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say the exact same thing. I would love to be Steve.
and I
Yeah,
love you guys. I love you guys
Love
so
you.
much.
we
You're
love
so
you.
funny and hot and talented, both of you. And thank you for letting me be a part of this live. Thank you for letting me be a part of this movie. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm gonna go see if I'm like super healthy or not. Love you guys.
Have fun with that.
Thank you.
Hope
I'll
you
let you know
are.
how it goes.
Um,
Bye.
bye, Sean. Who would you play?
Um,
Oh, head
the
on.
problem is, you know, after seeing Ryan, after seeing Kyle play Romeo, he obviously has such an impact that I remembered his name. There's like no way I could do that. Do you know what I mean? Like people came in with things that I just wouldn't have envisaged doing myself. So it's hard to swap places with anyone. I mean, in this movie, there's something. It's obviously like it's an odd one to choose. There's something really funny about Tybalt and the way
Yeah,
that Alistair does it, and just that really, really, really obnoxious smarmy brother, like just a horrible smarmy older brother. If we could see more Tybalt, I'd love to play Tibber if I could. But I don't know if it was going to be another movie. I mean, like, I think it would be great to just do more fast. Like, wouldn't you want to do Much Ado About Nothing, or like, I don't know. I mean, because King Lear is a bit heavy, and Hamlet too. But like, Much Ado About Nothing or A Merchant of Venice would be really interesting because, you know, it's one of the great stories of racism and the problems that come with it. So, but like Much Ado About Nothing, that would be fun because it is just completely ridiculous and there's loads of one-liners and if I could just watch you make a bunch of jokes, Kaitlyn, I think I'd be all right.
Well, maybe there's a Rosalind in there somewhere. Who knows? Who knows?
Ooh, fingers crossed.
Well, I think we've gone past our time, and I would love to keep chatting, but this has been so fun, and I'm so glad everyone came on and tuned in. And thanks, Sean, for chatting with me, and this is so fun. I do have to say, Rosalind is streaming on Hulu, so you gotta go watch it if you haven't already. Watch it with your fam on Thanksgiving if you haven't yet. It's a really good time. And thanks everybody for tuning in.
Thanks everyone for coming and talking with us. Thank you for sending this over, Kaitlyn. It was great.
I think I did okay
soon.
with the connection situation.
Oh yeah, no, I logged on knowing that it was not going to be smooth. I don't know how any of this works. So, you should see what my phone is balancing on. It's not. I'm not prepared for this stuff. But I'll see you soon, I hope.
I'll see you soon, I hope. Bye, everybody.
Right. Bye, guys.
Bye.